Ever get that feeling? Like you're trying to learn something new, figure something out, but there's just so much information out there. It's overwhelming, right? You don't even know where to start.
I know exactly what you mean. Information overload is a real thing.
Totally. And that's why we do these deep dives. We dig through all the noise and find the good stuff.
Right to the point.
The stuff that'll actually help you, have those aha moments without making your head spin.
Exactly. And today, we're diving into something I bet a lot of you are thinking about these days. Viral YouTube shorts.
Ooh, yeah.
We've been checking out this one creator. They've got a pretty amazing track record. 6 out of their 54 shorts have over 1 million views.
Whoa, wait. 1 out of every 9 shorts they put out goes viral like that.
Yep. And they say it's not just luck. They've actually got a system, a blueprint for making shorts that the YouTube algorithm just loves.
Okay, I am intrigued. So in this deep dive, we're basically breaking down their secret formula.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
We'll unpack the whole thing step by step.
So that our listeners can, maybe even apply it to their own shorts.
Exactly. Give them the tools to engineer their own viral hits.
Love it. Okay, so where do we even begin with this whole viral blueprint thing?
Well, the first thing this creator talks about is what they call the 3-second thumbnail.
3-second thumbnail. But shorts don't even have thumbnails the way regular YouTube videos do.
Right, that's the thing. It's not a literal thumbnail.
Okay.
It's about those first few seconds when your short pops up in someone's feed.
Ah, I see. So it's like that tiny window where you got to grab their attention before they just keep scrolling.
Exactly. Those 3 seconds, they basically are your thumbnail.
They're your one chance to stop someone's thumb and make them watch.
Yep. And this creator says you got to treat those 3 seconds like a regular thumbnail would. Make it eye-catching. Tell people what the short's about, and make them want to see more.
All in 3 seconds. That's pretty intense.
It is, but think about it. People's attention spans online are, what, like 8 seconds these days?
Something like that. Yeah, not much time to work with.
Nope. You got to give them a reason to stick around right away. Show them why your short is worth their time.
So how do you actually do that? How do you cram all that into 3 seconds?
Well, this creator has a very specific suggestion. They say you should literally say what your short is about right there in the intro.
Like straight up announce it.
Pretty much. And they even say try to phrase it as a question or a really intriguing statement, something that makes people curious.
Oh, that's a good idea. I like that.
They actually give this great example. They're making a short about buying fake subscribers.
Oh, interesting topic.
Yeah. And their first intro was kind of like, building a YouTube audience takes time, so I experimented with buying fake subscribers to see what would happen.
Okay. It's a little, I don't know, wordy.
Exactly. Doesn't really grab you, does it?
No, not really. It's like, I get the general idea, but it's not exciting.
Right. So they changed it to what actually happens when you buy fake YouTube subscribers.
Oh, I see the difference. That's way better.
Right. It's short, it's to the point, and it immediately makes you wonder what the answer is.
It's like, boom, you're hooked. Now I want to know what happens.
Exactly. That's the 3-second thumbnail in action.
And you know what's cool? This creator actually gives you a way to measure if your intro is working. They say you should aim for at least 70% retention after those first few seconds.
Meaning 70% of people who see your short should keep watching past the 3-second mark.
Yeah. If they're dropping off before that, you know you need to work on your intro.
Precisely. It's a concrete goal you can work towards.
So we've got our super engaging 3-second thumbnail intro. What's next in this viral blueprint?
Well, here's the thing. Even the best intro in the world won't help if your short is boring.
Right, of course. You need to have good content, too.
Exactly. It's like having a fancy sports car with a terrible engine. It might look cool, but it won't get you very far.
I like that analogy. So how do you make sure the content of your short is actually good?
This creator has a few tips for that, too. If you already make longer YouTube videos, they suggest starting with your most popular ones.
Oh, that makes sense. Take those topics that already do well and turn them into shorts.
Right. It's a good way to, test the waters, see if those same ideas resonate in a shorter format.
Plus, you've already done a lot of the work, right? Like you've researched the topic, you filmed the video.
Exactly. You can repurpose a lot of that content.
Okay, that's a good starting point. But what if you're mainly focused on shorts? Or what if you're totally new to YouTube?
In that case, this creator says the key is to research your niche.
Like, see what other creators in your space are doing.
Yep. Look at what's working for them, what kind of shorts are getting a lot of views and engagement.
Okay, that's smart. Learn from the best, right?
Right. But here's the important part. Don't just copy what they're doing.
Yeah, you got to add your own twist.
Exactly. Take those popular ideas and make them your own. Put your own spin on them.
It's like, the fake subscriber example. That's not a totally new concept, but this creator found a way to make it fresh and interesting.
Exactly. They didn't just rehash what everyone else was already saying. They found a unique angle.
It reminds me of when I was trying to get more engagement on my social media posts.
Oh, yeah. What worked for you?
I found that asking a question in the first few seconds really made a difference.
Interesting. So kind of like that 3-second thumbnail idea, but for social media.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
People love to answer questions.
It makes sense. It sparks their curiosity, draws them in.
Totally. Okay, so this creator also suggests looking beyond YouTube for inspiration.
You mean like other social media platforms?
Oh, yeah, like Twitter or Instagram.
Oh, I see what they mean.
Ah.
Those platforms are full of viral content.
Right. And a lot of those ideas could be adapted into shorts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Think about it. If something's already going viral on another platform, it probably has the potential to do well on YouTube too.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's like it's already been proven to be engaging.
Right. And it seems like people tend to like things that are familiar, but with a little twist.
Like they recognize the concept, but it's presented in a new way.
Exactly. It's that balance of familiar and novel that seems to work really well.
All right, so we've got our amazing intro, and we've got a solid idea for our short. What's next?
Well, this is where it gets really interesting. Now we got to talk about how to keep people watching.
Because getting them to click is only half the battle, right?
Exactly. You got to make them stick around.
And that's where this creator's sandwich analogy comes in.
The sandwich analogy. Okay, I'm curious.
So basically, that 3-second thumbnail intro, that's the bread.
The bread. Okay.
It gets people's attention, but what keeps them engaged, what makes the sandwich delicious, is the filling.
Ah, the filling. So the filling is the actual content of the short.
Exactly. And for a truly delicious sandwich, you need a good filling.
Which means you need to keep people watching.
Yep. Ideally, you want to aim for that 70% retention rate throughout the whole short.
So people aren't just clicking away halfway through.
Right. And the key ingredient in this delicious filling, according to this creator, is something called curiosity loops.
Curiosity loops. Now that sounds interesting. What are those?
Basically, your intro should open a loop in the viewer's mind.
Like raise a question they want answered.
Exactly. Or introduce an unexpected concept they want to see play out.
Okay, I see. So you got to close that loop by the end of the short.
Yep. That's what leaves viewers feeling satisfied.
But how do you keep them interested until then?
This creator recommends using what they call mini hooks or mini thumbnails throughout the short.
Me hooks.
Yeah.
Like little things that grab their attention again.
Precisely. It's like just as they might be thinking about swiping away, you throw in something that reels them back in.
Clever. So what kind of things can you use as mini hooks?
This creator mentions a few things, like you could introduce a twist in the story, or you could add a moment of humor to change the pace.
Oh, I like those.
Or you could just hint that something exciting is about to happen.
Like a little teaser.
Exactly. Anything to keep them on the edge of their seats.
Makes sense. It's all about creating anticipation.
Right. And get this, in their 32-second fake subscriber short, they used 4 mini hooks.
Whoa, 4 mini hooks in 32 seconds.
Yep. That's how often you need to re-engage people in this short-form world.
It's a whole different game than making regular YouTube videos.
Totally. And all of this really emphasizes the importance of the next step in this blueprint, which is scripting.
Scripting for shorts. You think it's really necessary?
Absolutely. This creator swears by it.
I guess it makes sense. When you have so little time, you got to make every second count.
Exactly. Writing a script forces you to be concise, to cut out all the fluff.
It helps you prioritize the most important information.
And it also helps you plan those 3-second thumbnail moments and those mini hooks.
You're basically storyboarding the whole short before you even start filming.
Exactly. It's all about being deliberate and intentional.
So let's talk about that looping ending gimmick you mentioned earlier.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. This creator even admits it might sound a little gimmicky.
But they say it works.
It does. And it's actually pretty clever when you think about it.
So what exactly is a looping ending?
It's basically structuring the end of your short so that it seamlessly transitions back to the beginning.
Like it just starts over.
Yep. It's like an infinite loop.
Interesting. And why does this work?
Well, think about what usually happens at the end of a video. People start clicking away, right?
Yeah, their attention drops off.
And the YouTube algorithm notices that. It sees those drop-offs and it thinks, oh, this video isn't that engaging.
So by looping the ending, you're basically preventing those drop-offs.
Precisely. You're keeping people watching, at least technically.
So the algorithm thinks your short is super engaging.
Exactly. It's all about hacking the system.
And how do you actually do this looping thing? Can you give me an example?
Sure. Remember this creator's fake subscriber short? They end it mid-sentence. They say, so that is what actually happens when you buy fake YouTube and then it just restarts.
Oh, wow, I see. It never really ends.
Nope. And that's the key. You never give people a clear moment to disengage.
It's like a continuous flow of content.
Exactly. But this is something you really need to plan for in your script.
Yeah, you can't just wing it. You got to know exactly how you're going to loop back to the beginning.
It's all about that careful planning.
So we've covered a lot of ground here. The intro, the content, the ending. It's a lot to think about.
It is. But this creator really emphasizes that their viral success wasn't just a fluke. It was the result of repeating this process over and over.
So it's not about getting lucky once. It's about having a system you can rely on.
Exactly. And they point out that all of their viral shorts had a few things in common.
Like what?
Well, they were all based on strong ideas. They all had those attention-grabbing intros. They all used mini hooks throughout. And they all had those looping endings.
The recipe for success.
It is. And they also kept a few other things consistent.
Like what?
Like the length of their shorts. They were all around the same length.
Well, that's interesting. So they found a sweet spot, duration-wise.
Yep. And they also used the same background music in all of their shorts.
I wouldn't have thought of that. But I guess it creates a sense of familiarity.
It does. And it also helps the algorithm categorize your content.
Oh, that's a good point.
They even filmed all of their shorts in the same location.
Whoa, really? They took it that far?
Yep. Consistency is key.
It's all about creating a brand, a recognizable style.
Exactly. So the takeaway here is, once you find something that works, stick with it.
Don't be afraid to experiment. But once you find a winning formula, double down on it.
Exactly. But here's the thing, even with the best system in the world, you got to be patient.
Yeah, you can't expect to go viral overnight.
Right. This creator says it took about 3 months for their shorts to really take off.
So yeah, put in the work and trust the process.
Absolutely. Don't get discouraged if you don't see results immediately.
But on the flip side, if you've been doing all of this for a while and you're still not seeing any traction,
Then it might be time to troubleshoot.
yeah, figure out what's not working.
This creator doesn't really go into detail about that in this particular source.
Right.
But I would say, if you're in that situation, definitely analyze your analytics.
See where people are dropping off.
Exactly. And maybe get some feedback on your shorts from other creators.
Those are good starting points.
Okay, so let's recap all of this for our listeners.
To summarize the viral blueprint.
Exactly. So, step 1, master that 3-second thumbnail. Make a super catchy intro that tells people what your short is about, ideally in the form of a question. And aim to keep at least 70% of viewers watching past those first few seconds.
Step 2, make sure you have a great idea for your short. Look at your most popular long-form content. Research your niche, put your own spin on familiar concepts, and don't be afraid to steal ideas from other platforms.
Step 3, focus on viewer retention. Build that delicious sandwich by using curiosity loops and mini hooks to keep people engaged throughout your short.
Step 4, script everything. Seriously, don't skip this step. It'll make your shorts way better.
Step 5, consider using that looping ending technique. It might sound gimmicky, but it can really boost your retention.
Step 6, be consistent. Find a style that works for you and stick with it. Use the same length, the same music, even the same location if you want.
And step 7, maybe the most important step of all, be patient. Viral success takes time.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly. But if you're not seeing any results after a while, don't be afraid to troubleshoot and figure out what's going wrong.
Now, here's something I think is really interesting about all of this. This is about more than just YouTube shorts, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Well, these principles, they apply to anything where you're trying to get people's attention.
You mean like presentations, social media, even just conversations?
Exactly. It's all about grabbing their attention, keeping them engaged, and delivering on your promise.
That's a really good point. I hadn't thought of it that way.
It's like the world is full of distractions these days. Everyone's competing for attention.
So you got to be strategic about how you communicate.
You got to think about those 3-second thumbnail moments, those curiosity loops, those mini hooks.
It's a whole new way of thinking about communication.
It is. And I think it's a valuable skill to have no matter what you do.
So for our listeners out there, I challenge you to take this beyond YouTube Shorts.
Think about how you can apply these principles in your own life.
How can you be more intentional about capturing and keeping people's attention?
How can you make your message stand out in a world full of noise?
Maybe your next deep dive won't be into some external source material. Maybe it'll be into your own work, your own communication style.
That's a great idea. Analyze what you're already doing and see how you can improve it.
Use these principles to take your communication to the next level.
It's all about being more effective, more engaging, more impactful.
In a world that's constantly demanding our attention, those skills are more valuable than ever.
Absolutely. So let's all go out there and be more deliberate about how we communicate.
Let's make our messages heard.
And let's leave a lasting impression on the world.
That's what it's all about.
That's the ultimate goal.
All right, that's it for this deep dive.
Hope you enjoyed it.
We'll catch you next time.